Fantastic crowd, as we've said, all night inside Odsal for this match. Leeds have only lost to St Helens this year, once in the Cup and once in the Super League. They lost 56-10 against St Helens at the end of April. A nagging doubt in their mind after that? Well, no, not according to what we've seen here this evening so far. In tip-top form, Leeds Rhinos. It's going to be Bradford who will get us underway again. Start of this second 40, and Paul Deacon with the deep kick-off underneath it. Andrew Duneman, who pouches it cleanly. Logan Swan in there with the tackle. And here is Diskin, and now it's MacDonald.
Well, much better defence by the Bulls, but they certainly needed it. We saw nothing from Van Genaar. Went off early. Peacock, Fielden. These are the men over the past 2 years that really have set this stadium alight, but they are very, very quiet indeed. And you could see quite clearly Brian Noble far from impressed.
What do you think he pulled down off the back of the dressing room door and threw on the floor? The team sheet, and saying, listen, we'll be tossing this in the bin next week?
Well, it could be that, or it could be the game plan, because it certainly went out the window. I mentioned at half-time that the Bradford side, you've got to be dominant. They are bulls and they're bullies, and if they can get away with it, they will control the game. But they are not getting over the advantage line. We saw so many times how easy it was for Leeds to do that. So when it came to that final kick, they were forcing Bradford back all the time, and now they've lost possession.
Yes, Robbie Paul had the ball stolen from him. It was Diskin who was hunting him down. And so here now come Leeds in the shape of Danny Maguire.
Safety first, that's all the Rhinos have to do at 18-2.
This is MacDonald.
They know it's Bradford that've got to play expansive football, trying to keep the ball alive. And when you play catch-up football, you can come up with even more errors.
Sinfield to poaching, and here is Richie Mathers. Mathers almost through again. It was a desperate tackle needed by Jamie Peacock, helped out by Langley. Burrow to Maguire. Maguire pops it up to Ferner. David Ferner, even though he is 33 years of age, such an important cog in this Rhinos machine. Duneman, and Duneman with a kick to the corner. Another tester for Vainicolo, claims it easily, but there are 3 Leeds Rhinos jerseys around him. Calderwood poaching Sinfield, nowhere for the big man to go. This is Harpy now, again 3 men in the tackle. They're hunting the ball carrier Leeds. It's working to perfection so far for Tony Smith. Here is Paul Johnson. Again, they can't get any progress upfield.
They're out-muscling them. And this is very, very solid defence. Getting back to that point that I've just mentioned. Look, Bradford, they can't get anywhere near the halfway line.
That's the last tackle. They've only made 28 metres. The kick from Deacon is going to be so important here. And he lashes it down the middle, but Mathers is underneath it for Leeds, and he will counter immediately.
Poor kick. The last thing you want to be doing is getting it right down the throat of this fella, Richie Mathers. We saw a couple of occasions in that first half, the ability of the man.
And look at the ability of poaching to slip the net every now and again. He gets Leeds over the halfway line on the second tackle. Rob Burrow is there. He gives it to MacDonald. MacDonald, 6'7", and he used that frame to the full for Lauati's try. Good tackle there by Langley, working hard round the ruck. And Burrow has lost it.
Well, it was a good position. They knew it. It's really would have been a kick into the corner by that pressure. Certainly wasn't dragged away from Langley. And it was good work. Nice to see the first marker working overtime. Now then, can they make sure that the ball goes in? Remember, in the first half, Bradford lost a head and feet. A rarity indeed.
This time the ball goes in sufficiently on the angle for Bradford to get the possession, and Bradford will try and launch another attack. Francis Cummins is not involved in this match, but he's on the side with Bill.
Franny, this is a fantastic position for the Rhinos to be in, but they can't afford to take their eye off the ball just at this stage.
Bradford have shown in the past, not only against us, but they showed last week that they're a great side and they score against anyone. But it's a matter of doing the little things now and not giving too much away.
Where is the biggest threat going to come from?
Well, I think that's every position. I think, as everyone knows, Bradford like the roll on, but you've got people like Paul Deacon, Robbie Paul, who can play off the back of these big fellas. I think it's just a matter of our fellas to stand up now and just stick to the plan, just stick to everything that they've trained for, and hopefully they'll come up with a win.
Thanks, Franny.
Richard Mathers, he had Vinacolo breathing down his neck, and he just side foots this, not over the dead ball line, but out, and it's going to be scrum, head and feed. Mind you, maybe he should have put it over the dead ball line, because then he would have had a drop out and it would have been defending on the halfway line rather than this 10 metres away.
Get your head in the scrum.
Penalty because David Ferner was out of the scrum far too early.
They'll take the tap, they have to, they need tries.
And it's Robbie Paul, and this is Johnson.
Far too flat there. Johnson, for one moment, before Paul offloaded it, was actually standing in front. They've got to get back to basics.
Reardon tried to get through, but Ferner wouldn't be denied. Back it goes from Paul to Deacon, and Deacon finds Peacock. He gets away from poaching for once, Jamie Peacock.
Much better, that's what's needed. A lot more vim and vigour.
Robbie Paul from dummy half, trying to spin his way over the line, but Diskin was waiting for him with Lauatiti. On the half volley, brilliantly picked up. Pratt finds Vinacolo, the big man's in!
What a try. Only Vinacolo could have scored that.
It was sheer power. He's not giving it. He wants to check the grounding, but it looked as though Vinacolo had taken 2 or 3 Rhinos with him over the line.
Nothing wrong with this whatsoever. Sheer weight and strength, full control. Takes 3 men with him. This is TRY. Little doubt in my mind, that is full control. The arm wrapped around the ball. Up it comes TRY, the Bulls are back in business.
Just what they needed start of this second half. Just what he wanted as well, Brian Noble. Leslie Vinacolo, 15 tries now in Super League. He's level with Danny Maguire.
How on earth did Deakin pick that up? Pratt's offload was good on the angle. I don't think there'd been any other player in Super League that could have scored this try other than the big fella. Volcano, bang, bang, 4 points. And Pratt is relieved. And it all came about from that lovely little kick through from Pratt into the corner where Mathers had to kick the football away. It gave them the second set of 6, and they've come up with a vital score.
And as you saw, he enjoys scoring tries against the Rhinos, and Deacon has added the extras. Is that the signal for the Bradford fight back? 18 points to 8, Bradford trails. But Vinacolo, who hasn't scored for 2, has come up with an absolute priceless try here.
Sheer strength. He's been the man. He was the only person on the Bradford side in the first stanza that was threatening anything on this Leeds defence. Hasn't he come on in leaps and bounds since he arrived? He was a little bit raw when he first came to Bradford, but hard work and dedication has seen Vinacolo turn into one of the best wingers in the world.
Ryan Bailey has come back on for the Leeds Rhinos. That's a huge boost for them. And Sean McRae, is this the moment that Bradford bounce back and show true championship quality?
Well, it certainly gives you a lot of confidence. It was important for them to come out and score first. And I think one thing Brian Noble may have mentioned at half-time was to make sure that they complete some sets. And, of course, they just haven't now. But
they haven't, because they've been pinged for a forward pass here.
I think he'll want them to finish better and turn the ball over on their terms. And I think in the first half, they turned the ball over a lot on Leeds' terms. And I think he'll be very disappointed with that. And I think if they can get that right, they can certainly put more pressure on the Leeds side. I think Tony Smith would have been very happy at half-time, and I think he'd be saying pretty much the same. Just go out there and play the next 40 minutes as you've played the first 40, and, you know, you've got a great chance of coming up with a victory.
Yes, you get the feeling here, Steve-O, this is a critical stage of this match.
Well, it was a dodgy forward pass, but it often happens. It's sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong, and you just need that little bit of luck. We saw in the first half, the first try to Leeds, where they allowed the ball to bounce, and there you see the crowd saying, well, that was forward, just as the other one was when Peacock was going through.
Burrow And wide to Maguire, and back it goes to Senior. He gets away from Johnson, but the reinforcements are there. And Senior struggles to his feet, plays the ball to Rob Burrow. Back it comes to Mathers. Mathers finds Duneman. Duneman then to Furner. Furner wide to Calderwood. That was forward.
Ironic cheer from this vast crowd here at Oxford Stadium.
Touch judges and referees are under so much pressure, aren't they? From this crowd here on the side, as they are at Leeds, as they are at Warrington.
No more so than the players and the coaches. When you see like that, but
a great screamer forward, and
well,
I mean that was, but sometimes instinctively the touch judge might shout into his mic, forward.
Well, you're going to get 50-50, aren't you? Because both sides are using this very, very flat attack. In fact, on many occasions, Bradford have done it so often that the man that they're supposed to pass to has gone in front.
More injury news, Bill.
Well, Eddie, just to confirm, it doesn't look as though Leon Price is going to be able to return with that rib injury. And just a worrying moment, just a second ago for the Bradford Bulls when Carl Pratt emerged from a tackle just flinching, and it looked like his left shoulder was troubling him. And Pratt has had a history of shoulder problems, but thankfully he waved the physio away, and it looks as though he can continue.
Diskin got to Deacon a little late. Here is Marcus Bye for the Rhinos. Oh, he's almost through. Langley stuck to his ankles.
Good job he did as well. He's got the speed as Marcus Bye, but that was a much better kick. You could see there that he dissected the winger and the full back. They'd failed to do that on the previous three.
This is Mathers from dummy half. Good scampering run from him. Tackled by Robbie Paul. MacDonald, again this cry of forward from this crowd.
Well, it's a gamble that the coaches seem prepared to do all the time. We have Sean McRae here. You use it quite a lot, Sean, don't you?
Well, I think flatline attack has become a very, very big part of the modern game, Steve-O. And it's something that really is encouraged. The players enjoy playing it. The ball players like the idea of being able to go to the line, and they know they've got runners inside and outside. The pressure, of course, it puts on is that it enables a defensive player to probably get a little closer to you. So very, very often you're open up to a pretty good tackle, and in some cases a gang tackle.
Here's Vinacolo, the man most likely, and Leeds know it. Bailey and Vinacolo tangling there. Robbie Paul to Jamie Peacock.
Well, that should have set the pattern now. Vinacolo's doing all the work as though he's a forward.
That's a good run from Robbie Paul.
Much quicker play the ball, that's what they need.
The Bradford Bulls crowd is up for this now. Peacock gets the ball away, it bounces off the chest, and Bailey will bring it back for Leeds. Everyone stopped there waiting for referee Carl Kirkpatrick's whistle.
Thought it was a knock-on, and he went back, he lost control of it.
This is Willie Poaching for Leeds.
He's done his bit since he came off the bench. Composure. Tony Smith will have got the message out now. Okay, we've held on to this Bradford onslaught over the past couple of minutes. Just get into a good field position, and they do that. That's been the problem for the Bulls. They haven't been able to stop the Rhinos from getting into that great field position, so when the kick comes, they're turning Bradford well and truly around.
This is Burrow. Typical little run from Rob Burrow. Oh, he just lost his footing. Poaching on then to Sinfield. Sinfield back out the door to Calderwood, and Calderwood grounded by the tackle from Deacon. Mathers chiming into the line at every opportunity, gets it to Sinfield, his skipper. Wide it goes to Duneman, and Duneman will come up the middle, and this is Poaching, but he's given it to Vangenaar. What happened there?
Play on.
0.
Play on, Vangenaar should have had that. Poaching whipped it out.
6 to go for Leeds.
Said it wasn't forward.
6 to go for Leeds. Diskin has it for them.
I'd go for 1.
Burrow, Duneman, he'll have 4! Andrew Duneman has been magnificent tonight, and that try crowns a wonderful performance from him.
He's been outstanding, Eddie, throughout this season. Remember Tony Smith, he stuck, he said that Danny Maguire and Rob Burrow, he would give them the opportunity. But this man has come back. This is the 6 to go here. But was it a knock-on from Poaching? He dragged that ball away. I think that could have been classified as a knock-on. We'll see it. If Poaching's pulling that football out and it went forward, that has to be a knock-on. Either way, Lady Luck has gone with them, and you take nothing away from this guy, Andrew Duneman. As I said, Tony Smith allowed the two youngsters, Danny Maguire, Rob Barrow, to start the game. They went through a bit of a horror patch. They brought this man back. He has steadied the ship. He has been outstanding.
Tries home and away against Bradford this year. The Leeds Rhinos fans, they suffered and suffered all last year at the hands of the Bradford Bulls. They beat them at Headingley this year over Easter, and they're on the verge of a victory here at Odsall tonight. They've had only 2 wins on this ground, 1998 26-6, 2000 28-26 in the Super League weekly rounds, and this is a critical kick from Sinfield. And he measured it every inch of the way. 24-8. There's a strut about the Rhinos. They are playing with full confidence.
I think they got the rub of the green. Duneman sets it all up. Manganar gets it. And to me, watch Poaching pull the ball away. And that is a knock-on. Quite clear. Very clear. They did not go to the screen to think about it. Gone for the short one.
And it's come up for them. And this is Parker.
Zero!
Logan Swan waits at dummy half. And now Radford to drive it over the 20-metre line. That's only the first tackle, so there's loads to go here for the Bulls. Deacon wide to Carl Pratt. Man on the overlap wide. This is Peacock. And Peacock takes them on himself. Reardon was waiting on the touchline. The pass never came. Peacock to his feet. Didn't like the attention from Senior. Pratt, infield to Deacon. Deacon showed it to one, gave it to Fielden.
That's better. Starting to bring people back on the angles, back on the inside.
Manganar!
Lot more enthusiasm. He needs it as well. Dummy half Deacon, maybe. They're going wide.
With Robbie Paul. He delayed the pass. They've got the man on the overlap this time. Kick from Carl Pratt. And Mathers just shuttles the ball dead. He never touched it, says the referee.
He didn't, he missed it. Brian Noble looks a bit confused. Mathers was going for it, don't worry about that.
And here come Leeds with a quick tap.
They've just been too smart, haven't they, the Rhinos? There you see the quick tap on the 22. They're already over the halfway line, and they've still got plenty spare. Pratt pushes it through, he goes for it. He misses it. Again, you got to have that ounce of luck, Eddie.
It's all going for Leeds. That luck at the moment, but they are playing very, very well into the bargain. Here is Duneman, but Duneman again! Sinfield following up. That was forward to McDermott.
Great positioning by Carl Kirkpatrick as well.
Well, that would have been curtains for Bradford.
It would have been all over. But full credit to them. See there, McDermott. You talk about that flat pass, he was about a metre in front.
Just a few minutes ago, though, Pratt on the break, he had a man on the overlap wide, Phil Clark. Why didn't he pass the ball to him, do you think?
That's a lot easier on television than it is out there on the field, isn't it? He rewound his mind, he'd probably want to do the same again. I just think that you sense here on the sideline the increased intensity from both sides. Leeds desperate to just go further ahead and kill off any hopes of Bradford comeback. I also think Bradford really over the next 20 minutes or so are really going to test this Leeds side to see what they have, really whether they have got that championship quality to hang on in there. If you cast your mind back to last week's game when Bradford scored 5 tries, all 5 of those tries came when Bradford were within 10 metres of the St Helens line. They need to get that field position again, and at that stage they are a dangerous team to play against. So they're looking like a penalty or a goal line dropout. But they can't quite get one, and if Leeds can deny them that sort of field position, I think they're going to be safe.
Tell you what, there was a tackle then from Ryan Bailey over the top of the shoulder of Stuart Fielden. This is Marcus Bye. How Bailey didn't get penalised for this. Oh!
Well, he certainly made contact with the shoulder first, and that's how the official Carl Kirkpatrick saw it.
McDermott.
But again, with ease, they are applying the pressure because they know they didn't get over the advantage line. Bradford are very slow to move up. They're having the time of the life here of Leeds.
Diskin. Good ball back on the inside. Feather.
You can't afford to wait, not against a team like Leeds.
Burrow will attack the line again. Long pass to Sinfield. Took the gamble, it came off. Poaching. Great offload. And again forward. No. Well, that seemed to drift forward, but it's the last tackle here.
Got to be the kick.
Duneman, no, yes. Oh, Withers has dropped it. And Bailey has it back. Bailey's got it back. 6 to go. A right mess. A right mess.
How on earth has he allowed that to continue on? Well, maybe the luck's changing. There's a swinging out from Bailey again.
And the referee has penalised Senior for having a word and now marches him back 10 metres.
Well, Tony Smith will be furious. The one thing that the Australian coach wants from any of his sides is the fact that you keep your composure. You're in charge of the game, and the last thing you want to do, that was the incident. Surely there would have been a penalty there. They weren't square, they came in from the side, and then pinched the ball at the play the ball mark.
Referee Mr. Kirkpatrick said he's not taking that rubbish off you, Keith Senior.
Well, that could change the game. They've got a convincing lead.
McDermott and Fielden again.
Well, this is one thing that Leeds don't want to do. It's been going on for a long, long time.
They insist, these two, they are good mates. But when it's Leeds against Bradford, they are the best of enemies. Barry McDermott and Stuart Fielden.
You see Richie Mathers getting on and just patting McDermott on the head and saying, hey, come on, come on. We have this game well and truly in the bag. There was no doubt about it. McDermott went straight in, right into it, and look, Venom, look there. And now this is one thing we saw last night. St. Helens lose the plot. Wigan controlled it. Wigan were laughing, giggling. Look at the scoreboard.
He's ticked them off, Barry McDermott and Stuart Fielden. Barry says that Stuart Fielden's one of the best young forwards in the business, and Barry McDermott, an experienced head, is not going to take a backward step. And neither's Vangenaar.
He's an experienced head, but he looks as though he wants to knock it off it.
Paul, good ball to Peacock. Peacock, he did nearly lose it. Well, this is a golden opportunity for Bradford. Can they make anything of it? It's with Carl Pratt. Here is Paul Deacon.
Not to it just in time, no.
Oh, knock on.
Well, simple, basic rugby league football was needed there. And it is getting very nasty indeed. It's tasty. Well, Kirkpatrick, the referee of the year, last year that is, of the season, couldn't get to it. Just bobbled on the ground. He's claiming that he did. This will be an interesting scrum. The official will keep an eye on this, or he should do.
Well, Andrew Duneman put it in the feet of Kevin Sinfield then.
Well, I think the front row on either side had a lot more to think about.
I think they did. Senior struggles to his feet.
Tony Smith has got the message out here. Come on, fellas. Run from dummy half. Nice position. We'll get them downfield and just irritate them yet again. And hasn't this fella done that?
Burrow to the halfway line for Leeds. Still time for Bradford, but Leeds will look to consolidate and look to push on here with Barry McDermott. Last tackle. Down the short side, Diskin, Senior. Senior stands, gives it away to Bye. Infield it goes to Maguire, crossfield kick. Now this is interesting. Leslie Vinacolo pouches it, but a great chase from Sinfield. Here's Withers.
Good play from both sides. Got themselves into a good position. Vinacolo certainly got it, but the chase was outstanding. If there's any man that's going to be a danger to Leeds, they know it's the man playing the football now, Leslie Vinacolo. He's done everything. He's done everything that's been asked of him as a winger, but he's been coming in field and working more than the forwards have.
This is Peacock.
If ever there was a time that likes of Jamie Peacock, Stuart Fielden and Joe Vangenaar really started ripping into the opposition, this is it.
Deacon with the kick, and it bobbles and bobbles its way to Richard Mathers. Have Leeds weathered the storm, Sean?
I think they have, Eddie. You've got to take your hat off to them. They've been very patient, they've been composed, they've been prepared to play their own way that, you know, Tony's obviously sent them out, Tony Smith, to play that game, and they've stood up to Bradford very, very well. And I think that, you know, with 16 minutes on the clock, I mean, there's still plenty of time to score points, but Leeds just don't show signs of fatigue. They don't show signs of wilting. I agree with Clarkey, the intensity has lifted in the last, for this second half, and
another questionable pass out of the back door, but Calderwood's kick finds its way to touch.
They've been adventurous though, haven't they, Sean?
well, I think they've been a little more prepared to offload the ball and to move a bit more laterally. I think Bradford have come out this second half, Steve-O, and decided we want to go through the line, and we'll go through, and they've made some very good yards from dummy half, and they've been up in the Leeds, near the Leeds red zone, and been very close to the try line, but they just haven't really been able to convert that pressure into points.
Has it surprised you the ease that Leeds have been able to get over the halfway line when it came to the kick? They've been turning Bradford round all night.
Well, there's one thing about this ground at Odsal, of course, it's not 100 metres long, so it sometimes can be deceptive because it's not a difficult ground to get out of your red zone and put pressure on. The only thing that has surprised me, I haven't seen any 40-20s because you do often see them at this ground.
Well, Bradford are here inside the Leeds half now, and this is Anderson.
That's what's needed.
One.
Get right onto it. Will it be the bomb?
Well, Deacon is the man, and he puts it wide to Carl Pratt, and it goes further wide to Johnson, and further wide again to Reardon, and Reardon is in! Stuart Reardon for Bradford!
What an effort.
What a try from the man who won the Man of the Match trophy in the grand final last year. The England A international, Stuart Reardon, another lifeline for the Bulls.
Well, they went for the power play. He anticipated the kick. That looked a bit dodgy as well. But how on earth did he get through there? Boy, he'd slide down a drain pipe, this fella. In and out. That's forward, I think, Johnson. But we've seen so many. And maybe just a touch of luck has gone Bradford's way. Marcus Spy, he got beaten. He really should have gone for the low tackle. But full credit to the Bulls. They went for that power play. Leeds anticipated the kick. You don't go high. That is a wonderful, wonderful try.
It is, because Reardon had the strength to hold off the challenge of one of the strongest players on the pitch, the Papua New Guinea international Marcus Bai. Deacon with an important kick, just short of the mark. 12 points to 24, 2 converted tries. Stuart Reardon. It was very close here, wasn't it, last September? Tony Smith has watched this match from behind the post on the right-hand side. Alongside him there is Matt Adamson, and they have been there from the start of the game. Phil Clark, is it a better view than yours?
Well, it depends. Mine's a lot more relaxed than their view, hasn't it? They've got 12 points, I suppose, supporting their thing, but I just saw the Bradford squad. They're really trying to lift themselves, and it's been difficult because up until this stage they probably have been the second best side, haven't they had, and they haven't had much luck go their way, but you want to see how often a try can really lead to another one, and you need a run like that from Anderson. I suppose what they want to do is gain 70-80 metres and put Leeds under pressure at the very least at the end of this set. Just in the Leeds squad, I just think it's quite a few weeks since I've seen Leeds play, but Matthew Diskin does seem to be one of the most improved players in the league, and his versatility, the things that he brings to his side now, far greater than even last season.
And I'm reminded that Matthew Diskin was actually missing when Leeds lost at St Helens, and he was harassing their Shontaine Harpy and forcing the error on the halfway line.
He's been the most consistent player, that is for sure. Matt Diskin, the one thing that the new coach Tony Smith has done with him in the past, Diskin used to lose his temper, lose the plot somewhat, and came up with silly penalties and errors. They seem to have got rid of that problem out of his game, and he concentrates, and boy, he does a fine job.
Big shove on at the scrum. Duneman feeds, it comes out with Duneman. He's halted on halfway by Lee Radford.
Well, I'd get myself into a position here, and Sinfield will go for the field goal, or maybe Duneman.
This is Maguire. Oh, he's lost it. Stolen.
Well, he was in a good position, the merry whistleblower.
Well, maybe they'll go for two, Steve, or never mind one.
Oh, I'm not so sure. Oh, they've been badly done to there. He's gone into the tackle. You can see that Withers was trying to grab the arm.
That's a huge call from Carl Kirkpatrick. It really is.
Well, there's been some, shall we say, unusual ones.
all over the weekend.
He'll say that they're more than just unusual.
Well, Michael Withers, I think he's been badly treated there, but it offers the opportunity here for Kevin Sinfield from 42 metres out.
He knows it too. He knows that
this could seal it.
This penalty kick, instead of having to go for the one that I was screaming for and having all the forwards taking the pressure right down to the sticks. The skipper, Kevin Sinfield, fully aware how important the 2 points are. They'll just steady the ship, and
it will mean that Bradford have to score 3 times.
Yeah, and the heads will
work that out.
I think the heads will go down if he gets this. Been a better performance from the Bulls, but not sufficient. Been a controlled effort by the Rhinos tonight.
Big kick from Sinfield to maybe win a famous victory at Odsal. He's kicked it. 26-12. Bradford have to score 3 times in the last 10 minutes. And Leeds Rhinos fans are starting to celebrate the victory. They've only finished above Bradford once in 8 Super League years, that in 1998, when they made it to the inaugural grand final. This win, if win it is, will open up a 7-point gap between themselves and the Bulls, but it will open the door.
Well, I can't believe that.
For Hull FC.
I cannot believe what Bradford have just done. Why on earth did they not go for the short kick-off? They went for a bomb into the middle, where there was always going to be players running into the centre. Well, that's baffling me.
Here's Lauatiti looking for those famous offloads again. Burrow.
Not only that, Eddie, I mean, the last occasion that they did that, they actually got the ball back from the short kick. And they, well, turned it down, didn't want it.
Burrow, Duneman. And Duneman again almost on the half break. Inside the last 10 we are. And here is Sinfield, and there goes the midfield bomb off the outside of the boot. Harpy claims it, poaching, gets the tackle in. Withers to Vainicolo.
Just controlling defence now. That's all that's needed. Keep them in the position. Oh, a real mess up. No knock on, but as you can see, they lost about 10 metres. It's been a great effort by the Rhinos in defence. They've really been up for this. They fully deserve it. It would have been an injustice if Bradford had come back and won this game, and he knows it, Tony Smith.
He's engineered a great win, hasn't he, here?
Yep. It's the composure and their defence and their ability to sort of help each other. If you work as a unit and as a team, you share the hard work, you can get through. Oh, that's play on.
It is. Duneman has it back for Leeds. They will enjoy their weekend.
You try to offload to nobody. The big fella, Paul Anderson. This will be up the jumper time here. And maybe I might get my wish.
Great offload from poaching. Here's Burrow. Burrow gets to his feet. Diskin. Drop goal from Diskin. Missed it. He was only about 8-9 metres out and he missed that, sliced it wide.
When he went early in the tackle count, I knew they'd go for it. Well, I would have had a smile on my face if they'd gone over, but maybe Tony Smith sent out the message. Surprised me they went so early.
Well, Leeds clear leaders if they win here. St Helens are behind them in second. Bradford, they've lost a bit of ground with this, and Sean McRae, you must be licking your lips for Hull.
Well, of course, we've got a very tough road trip to the jungle tomorrow, but if we can come up with 2 points there, Eddie, then of course we can go above Bradford on the table. So
what incentive for your boys?
Oh, it's a terrific incentive, great motivation for us, and one I'm sure we'll take up.
Forward pass again.
But he's been outstanding, you know, Andrew Duneman. If ever there was an architect in blue and gold, it was Sinfield's pass that was brought back by the official, but Andrew Duneman. And he took it on the chin, you know, when he wasn't starting early in the season. But the faith of Tony Smith said he needed somebody out there with a bit more experience, settle things down. He certainly has done that. He's been the key to them getting these vital 2 points. Remember, it was Bradford. They were the bogey side for the Rhinos last year.
They were. Anderson on halfway. Robbie Paul picks up one-handed. Goes wide to Carl Pratt, and the kick, an invitation for Reardon to chase. And Reardon's picked it up. Oh, if that pass had come in field and had stuck in the arms of Johnson, what a try that would have been. Reardon, Marcus Bai was allowing it to go to the sideline. Watch. Reardon thought, I'll have it.
He didn't show any urgency at all, did he? That could have been a try. Richie Mathers was there. I must say, Phil, when they do get it out wide, this fella can score the tries. He's a talented player, but it would be wrong to think that Leeds would be denied these vital 2 points.
Yes, I think it would, but I think it's also wrong to think that Bradford are just the size that try and bash their way through their opponents. They've got a tremendous amount of skill. We saw that for the previous try. Didn't quite come up with it then, but they're a pretty skillful side when they move around the ball around. They haven't had the luck today. And that's what really sport's all about. Sometimes it goes for you, it's gone in Leeds' favour. Who've thoroughly deserved it, really, the way they've played, and probably just a form side, really, at the moment in the Super League competition.
They are, but there need be no real emergency bells sounding for the Bradford Bulls. Remember, 12 months ago, Bradford lost 3 in a row at Odsal, and they went on to claim the lot. There's a long way to go yet, but this is a significant night for Leeds. No doubt about that. Vinacolo picking up pace. Through Maguire, almost. Stuck to his guns well, the young man. Reardon. Burrow gets to him.
Leslie Vinacolo doesn't deserve to be on the losing side. Not with the effort that he's applied, and there's been some nice touches from Carl Pratt. But generally speaking, it's been a disjointed effort from the Bulls. We've seen them play better.
And Duneman has bossed the scrum half position over Paul Deacon, no doubt about that. Here is Logan Swan. Back it goes to Robbie Paul. He gets away from Willie Poaching. And he's just going down a blind alley.
Nowhere to go, no one helping him.
Logan Swan again. Vanganar.
It's been good controlled aggression, you know, by the Leeds side, especially in the forwards.
Pratt, well, that was a woeful kick, I'm afraid.
Shocking. Not that Leeds will mind. Great to see this fella, you know, Richard Mathers is puts under a lot of pressure, but when they need it, he'll go into dummy half, just scoot away and say, thank you very much indeed. I'll slow things down. He's a great player.
He is. Let's find out who's won the Tissot Watches Man of the Match. Andy Wilson.
Really a tricky one tonight, Eddie. One bloke who deserves an award, I think, tonight is Matthew Disk, and he's played the whole match in hooker and in the second row as Leeds attack, and he's grafted all night, but in the end the crucial contributions to the win have come from Leeds' experienced overseas players. David Furner early on, Andrew Duneman had a great game, as Steve-O said, but we've given the award to Willie Poaching. Wonderful try early on, also a one-on-one ball steal for Andrew Duneman's try later on, and some lovely offloads as well. Great game at centre tonight, Willie Poaching.
And he was thrust into the action very early in the centre when Chris McKenna was taken off with an arm injury. So Willie Poaching is the man of the match. He gets the watch. Vinacolo.
Let him play, boys. Let him play. Don't get involved, Fontaine.
Fontaine Harpy.
It's been another impressive performance in the first and second markers. You know, they've been keen. Diskin leading the way.
Every time Bradford have had a man in possession, there have been 3 Leeds Rhinos hunting him down. It's been a totally enthusiastic performance. And a performance, actually, that is meriting their place at the top of the Tetley Super League tonight. And they're opening up a big gap. Pratt. Swan. Swan releases the ball. It's picked up by Carl Pratt, who will go down the touchline. He'll pass it to Vinacolo, and this time they stood up to him.
It's on the last. They've got to go for the power play, surely. Oh, they've sent it to nobody. Still send it to nobody. And that just about sums up Bradford. And he knows it too.
Well, he was looking forward to this match so much, Brian Noble. I'm sure in a peculiar sort of way, he, like the rest of you watching at home, will have enjoyed it, but he will not have enjoyed the defeat. It's 2 in a row now for Bradford. Beaten at Saints last week, beaten here at home by their closest rivals. And that will sting.
We often talk about St. Helens, you know, with Mickey Hyam and Cunningham as a combination. But the two out there that's also impressed, we've already mentioned Matt Diskin in a dummy half, but the ability when Tony Smith brings off Rob Burrow into that position, zip is all over the place.
There's a kick down the line looking for Marcus Barr. He finds the touchline, that is all. Well, how significant will this win be at the ground where Leeds won the first 2 of 3 league titles way back in the 60s? They haven't been crowned as champions since 1972. Is this going to be their year via the grand final at Old Trafford come October the 16th?
Well, they certainly look like a side that's composed.
So you have to play well at the end of the season as well as the midpoint.
But the thing is, Eddie, that so often in the past, you know, Leeds have offered a false dawn. But the composure, the way that they've cut out those silly antics that got them bad field position, gave the opposition the chance to get through, and it's another lost ball. It has not been Bradford's night. It has Leeds, and they fully deserve this. This has been a wonderful performance, a controlled, aggressive performance.
Hats off to Tony Smith, the Leeds Rhinos coach. They have not won here very often in the past. They've only finished above the Bulls once in 8 Super League years, but this maybe is a significant night for them. And they keep this wonderful run going. Only St Helens, once in the Cup and once in the Super League, have toppled Leeds Rhinos this year. And this victory is a long time coming, 4 years since they last won at Oxford against the Bulls. They've only won twice in the Super League era before tonight. We'll make that 3 now in summer. And Kevin Sinfield has led his team magnificently. I thought Andrew Duneman was a real contender for man of the match, but the British media have chosen Willie Poaching to take the prize home. But the most important thing for Tony Smith is that he's got 2 priceless points at the top of the Super League table, and they've opened up a significant gap over the Bradford Bulls. There's the man of the match with Bill.
Willie, congratulations. We were just discussing when you lasted 72 minutes non-stop.
Been a while ago, that long I can't remember, but it was nice. Bit unusual playing out in the centres. We lost a couple early on, so it was a bit makeshift there, but yeah, I enjoyed it playing out a bit wide, and you know, to get the result is special for us, especially coming down here. We don't really talk much about last year, but you know, like, it's a bit of a hoot, a bit of a monkey off our back now, and hopefully, you know, we just keep kicking on.
And what a great weekend. I mean, Wigan beating Saints, you beating the Bulls. It looks good for you at the top of the table.
Yeah, we sort of worry about ourselves. We can't really rely on other people's results, so we just got to try and win our games week in and week out. You know, and like Dave Furner said during the week, these are the special ones. These are the ones that mean a lot, you know, and everyone inside is buzzing now. You know, like I said before, we just got to kick on.
Willie, well done. Cheers.
Thanks, Tisa. Thanks a lot.
Tony Smith, Rhinos coach. Quiet satisfaction after that?
Yeah, pleasing result. Good performance. Thought we could have scored a few more points.
And as far as, I mean, Willie Poaching summed it up really, because you lost Ryan Bailey first minute, then Chris McKenna. At that point you must have thought, uh-oh, this might not be our night.
Oh no, we've got some pretty determined boys there. And I think that showed, you know, it showed in their defence. To not allow the Bulls in for a try in the first half shows a fair bit of commitment, and I think they showed that right through to the end. And as I said, you know, no disrespect to Bradford, they're a hard team to break down, but I think we could have scored a few more tries. There was a few forward passes there that, you know, if we had have executed a bit better, it could have been better.
Thanks, Tony.
Okay.
So there we are, Bradford Bulls 12, the Leeds Rhinos 26, 4 tries to 2, comprehensive enough. And you notice the figure at the bottom of the graphic there, 23,375, just short of the Super League weekly record attendance.